So you just shivered?
Yeah.
It's not cold in here.
No, you know when like someone walks over your grave and you go, ooh.
No, not really.
You've never had that?
I don't think so. And I'm just about stopped sweating from the housework you forced me to do.
Mhm.
So.
But think of all the stuff that's done now, and tomorrow is a new day, and it all starts again. But it's a new load tomorrow. We're not catching up from the previous day's load.
Tomorrow I'd like to actually get a couple of hours of hobbying in at some point. I feel like it's achievable. I've got stuff I need to do. I've wanted to hobby since literally Monday, and so far I achieved an hour and a half on the Liam and Joe show yesterday, and then 10 minutes before we went live. That's it. That's all I've achieved.
Yeah, I achieved some when Harry Potter was on, and then it was like, nope, I can't sit down for too long. I've got too much
shit to do, chat. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. I say fine, it's not. It's vile outside. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that button notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live. Think that was fast enough?
Yeah, I don't even register the last bit of that. I literally just heard blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's basically what I said, to be fair. You say it quick enough, you just have to go blah, 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 and people are like, oh, okay.
You should get a job as the guy that runs the cattle auction.
Oh, I don't think I can talk that.
Sold.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What did I buy?
Hey, you wonderful humans. I don't know if you tuned in on Wednesday. This week's been an interesting progression of streams, actually. Brian? 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 No, he's still fucked.
Oh, you've really annoyed him.
I ran a test earlier as well. It was still working in the test, so I really don't know what's going on. Thanks, Adam, for the $5. Shout out to those heading to the British Armed Forces 40k doubles this weekend. Biggest one ever with 60 odd teams. That's fucking amazing, mate. Thank you for the $5. You're a hero.
Did you include Brian in the Christmas works meal out?
I tested him earlier and he was working still. I can test him again now to prove that he's still working. Look, if I go into the Streamlabs tab, right, and I go into my dashboard and I go into my alert box and I go across to the test feature. Ready? We go shoop like that. We go to the test feature and I test YouTube Super Chat.
This is a test Super Chat message.
It works.
That's the middle finger. That's all I'm hearing.
So
that's the middle finger.
All I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna copy that again. Copy. I'm gonna go back into my alert box here. Where is my alert box? YouTube alerts. Open. Paste. Okay. Oh no, that's wrong. Edit undo. Edit undo. What happened there?
Wait, what have you done?
Widget URL. Widget URL. Copy widget
Carl,
URL.
I'm not wearing that pickle costume. Joe looked like he was about to faint. It got so hot under there. I'm not wearing it. No.
This is a test Super Chat message.
It might have done it. I might have fixed it. I don't know if I fixed it. Anyway, if you've been watching the channel this week, then you may have noticed that there has been a bit of a progression of streams. On Tuesday, we had Joe play Tom, and we had Chaos Space Marines versus Raven Guard, and it was fine. It's Tom and Joe playing. They have fun. They were entertaining. I think I enjoyed it. We had a mad number of members, but actually that was more because YouTube had fucked us at the end of the month and you lot wanted to support us. What's interesting is I thought the game was a bit... I'm bored of competitive 40k. And if you watched Wednesday's show, I kind of alluded to that, right? Joe had talked about doing more competitive focused stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to do that content. I don't mind doing the content. I don't mind Joe running with that content. I don't necessarily think that content's a bad idea, but me personally, I don't really want to do that content. Can I play at a higher level? Yeah. Do I want to play that way? That's not my Warhammer. That's not my kind of Warhammer.
Nope.
Hang on. Fuck you, Brian. I don't understand.
Did you use his coffee cup and not your own during the shift?
Text to speech. Disable. Save. Enable. Save. Let's see if that does it. Let's see if that fixes it. Probably won't. Thank you anyway, Gaz, and put us for the $2 each, trying to test out Mr. the Brian. I appreciate you too. Thank you, Edward, for the 2.
Thank you, Edward, for the test tickles.
It's not, I don't know if I refresh it. I don't understand. So yeah, so on Wednesday I talked about the fact that, you know, I don't really want to do that kind of Warhammer. That's not my kind of Warhammer. My kind of Warhammer is beer and pretzels, muck about, be silly, have fun, take shit you like, worry less about optimization and efficiency, and just be like, this is a cool Space Marine army, or this is a cool Eldar army, or this is a cool Orcs army, or this is a cool Tyranid army. And so yesterday, after we promised the pickle on Tuesday, because I think Yeston suggested it, after we promised the pickle on Tuesday, Joe put together a silly orc list. And he came in yesterday, he said, I put together an orc list, it's stupid. I have no idea if it's any good. I don't even have the orc codex unlocked on the app, so I can't see what anything does. I've literally just put it together. I was like, banging. So I got out Brom's Ultramarines, because I've got a thing about Ultramarines right now. I got out Brom's Ultramarines. I just started picking units off the tray that I think looked cool. That looks cool. That looks cool. And I built what I thought looked more like a kind of standard Space Marine army. Not like a hyper-efficient 18 Blade Guard, 3 units of company heroes. None of that nonsense. Like, this, to me, looks like a Space Marine army. I then plugged that into the app, and I was close to 2,000 points, and I had to add a couple of things to get it out, and I took something out and put something in to kind of get to that nice rounded 2,000 point mark. And I was like, is it any good? I have no idea. Is it going to do any good into Joe's pigs? I have absolutely no idea. But this is shit I want to take. And then we stood there and we played the game. And if we ignore briefly the fact that he was stood there dressed as a pickle...
We can't ignore that.
I had so much fun last night because I didn't care about hyper-competitive. I didn't care about how efficient things were. And I just ran things into things and just tried to kill shit. And I had fun.
Very much looking forward to Slutty Pumpkin Joe.
Slutty Pumpkin Joe... where he said 500 members, they didn't do it. So, but I did find today a Slutty Aliens costume.
No,
so he could wear that to be a Tyranid.
That's no. It's nearly Halloween. We need Slutty Pumpkin.
But a Slutty Alien is almost as scary.
Slutty Pumpkin. Because does the bikini top go on top of the pumpkin because pumpkins are round, or is it like a pumpkin pantaloon situation? And then there's still like a pumpkin and bikini top.
You've thought about this too much.
I have. I look forward to it. I have never seen a slutty pumpkin.
I just want to be...
Is there a hat involved?
I just want Joe naked in a pumpkin. That's all I care about.
Might need to go to Sunnyfield.
So wide that his arms rest on it
pumpkins.
like this, right?
Yeah.
Once his arms are resting on it, he can't reach the dice.
Yeah.
Because watching him try and use the iPad yesterday to see his rules was fucking hilarious.
Looking through.
Honestly, so good. But that's my kind of Warhammer, right? Beer and pretzels, garage hammery vibe, chill out, throw dice, laugh a lot, take the piss, just enjoy ourselves. That is what I was kind of talking about on Wednesday, as well as obviously more narrative-based stuff. But that's the shit that I started. That's why I started playing the game. Silly games, take shit that I like.
What are you going to dress up as?
I don't do dress up.
Oh.
You know that.
Joe's out on his own.
You know that.
Maybe this is why Brian's upset with you, because you don't join in.
Well, if we ever beat the members record.
Oh my god. So if we get 1,106.
Then I'd think about it.
No, then you have to do it. There's no thinking about it. There's doing it. You'll have to do it. Will you be Slutty Pumpkin?
If there's a pumpkin outfit that fits me.
That's the point. It doesn't fit.
I'll stand there top half.
It's too small.
I'll stand there top half naked on stream. I'm not afraid.
You'll have to get 2 pumpkin stickers over your nipples, so it's.
I'd have done a
PG.
damn good job of being a damn better job of being a fire slayer than Joe would have done. I'm telling you that. Honestly. Amazing. All that and still hit target. Yeah. Well, this is the thing as well. I was having a conversation with Eddie this morning from Battle Chode. And what I found really interesting from Battle Chode is I was talking to him and he was talking about ITC layouts and WTC layouts and GW terrain layouts. And I was like, Eddie, last night we had a man dressed as a pickle whilst we played 2 suboptimal armies. We just ran into each other. And I said, actually, numbers-wise, it was very successful. We did decent membership numbers. We did reasonably good super chat numbers. We did great viewer numbers. Part of that was because we had that amazing raid from Paul is bad at stuff, which is great. That pushes the numbers up. But like, some of those numbers held for quite a while as well. I actually think that the audience, and maybe I'm wrong here, chat. You can tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. But I actually think that the audience are a bit bored of competitive 40k. I'll be honest. Aren't you meant to be a Viking sometime? I don't really class that as dress up though.
You haven't worn your pelt on the motorbike yet.
No, I'm not going
and
to.
we were promised a flapping in the wind pelt at 60.
The pelt is at the studio already anyway, so I don't know what you're pointing at there. It's not there anymore, it's at the studio.
I thought it was there.
The tunic is upstairs ready to go to the studio, and then Lee is currently painting more Space Wolves for when I next run Space Wolves and I wear it. That's less fancy dress though. I just think that's cool. I'd wear that walking around town. I wouldn't wear the pickle outfit walking around town. I therefore consider that dress up.
You should.
Does that make sense?
We're all here for the pickle.
There's a differentiation. I mean, he just fit in it. I don't know if I'll ever get in it. To be fair. Anyway, Dan, thank you for the $10. I set my house rule for deadly demise last night. Every 2 damage overkill improves the demise roll by 1, and if it has a melter or plasma keyword, then you roll another dice. Things are more likely to go bang. Love it. I love those kinds of silly rules. Those are the sort of things we could bring into a chat plays kind of scenario. There's a little bit more toned down from previous, right? And Ivy, thank you for the $5. Brian's on complete strike right now. Not even a lightning bolt for him. Got a tax refund while talking to Escape about Tyranids. I'm considering that as a good omen. Also, Hive Tyrant Talons have no upsides versus Boner Whip. I'm talking to the wrong person about Tyranids.
I've got it about Brian. Did you talk to him through the bathroom door at work?
No, why? What's this weird thing
I'm
you come
just
up
trying
with?
to think of ideas as why Brian's really upset with you.
Why would that make him
and
upset?
is refusing to come into work.
Why would that make him upset?
Some people don't like it.
I'm going to completely disable the super chat server, the super chat client, and then we're going to re-enable the client. So I'm going to now go into this one, right, into recents, and I'm going to refresh the one from Dan. Nothing should happen. Good, nothing happens.
Oh, bless me.
Then we're going to go back into the Streamlabs, and we're going to re-enable the client, and we're going to hit save. We've now saved. Then we can go back into recents, and we can refresh Dan's again. He's not having it, is he, tonight, Brian? Your chat filter. I don't have... Mandy, I don't have a chat filter. I don't understand. I don't have a chat filter. All of my filter profanity things are fully maxed off. Look, let me show you. Let me show you people, right? Can I do it in here still? Will it let me? Alert box. Why is this not showing as... let's go for account settings. YouTube. Merged. Why isn't it merged? Oh, I wonder. This YouTube account is already linked to another Streamlabs ID account.
What?
I only have one Streamlabs ID account.
Bless you, me.
Thank you, Captain Rex, for the £2. You legend.
Is it one of your other channels?
No, I don't know what's happening now. This doesn't make sense. Let's go account settings. Here. You're going to have to bear with me, Jack. Platforms general. Where's my actual account settings? There we go, actual account settings.
I can read a paragraph to chat while
you could, yeah, that'd be great.
Mrs. Twit may have been ugly and she may have been beastly, but she was not stupid. High up there in the sky, she had a bright idea. If I can get rid of some of these balloons, she said to herself, I will stop going up and start to come down. She began biting through the strings that held the balloons to her wrists and arms and neck and hair. Each time she bit through a string and let the balloon float away, the upward pull got less and her rate of climb slowed down. When she had bitten through 20 strings, she stopped going up altogether. She stayed still in the air. She bit through one more string. Very, very slowly, she began to float downwards. It was a calm day. There was no wind at all. And because of this, Mrs. Twit had gone absolutely straight up. She now began to come absolutely straight down.
Why did it not work? Fuck Streamlabs. Fuck YouTube. Why can't shit just work? Why do they have to change things with that and then it just doesn't work anymore? Why do they do that?
Because somebody got promoted and they have to prove their wage.
Settings. How do I fucking just flat remove this shit? Plug-in settings.
As she floated gently down, Mrs. Twit's petticoat billowed out like a parachute, showing her long knickers. It was a grand sight on a glorious day, and thousands of birds came flying in from miles around to stare at this extraordinary old woman in the sky.
Extraordinary. So let's. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to break everything now, chat, right? Because it's not working anyway, so might as well break it. Gaz, thank you for the one gifted. You're a legend. We have been started on the memberships. We're going to go platforms. We're going to unmerge that. We're going to unmerge that. We're going to log out of that. Good. Right. We're going to go into this one. We're going to go account settings. We're going to refresh that. Yeah, that's now good.
Mr. Twit, who thought he had seen his ugly wife for the last time, was sitting in the garden celebrating with a mug of beer. Silently, Mrs. Twit came floating down. When she was about the height of the house above Mr. Twit, she suddenly called out at the top of her voice, "Here I come, you grisly old grunion! You rotten old turnip! You filthy old frumpet!" Mr. Twit jumped as though he'd been stung by a giant wasp. He dropped his beer. He looked up. He gaped. He gasped. He gurgled. A few choking sounds came out of his mouth. "Ah!" he said. "I'll get you for this!" shouted Mrs. Twit. She was floating down right on top of him. She was purple with rage and slashing the air with her long walking stick, which she had somehow managed to hang on to all this time. "I'll swish you to a swazzle," she shouted. "I'll swash you to a swizzle. I'll gnash you to a nozzle. I'll nosh you to a nazzle."
Oh, nosh you what?
And before Mr. Twit had time to run away, this bundle of balloons and petticoats and fiery fury landed right on top of him, lashing out with the stick and cracking him all over his body.
We can fix this chat together, we can. Oh.
But that's enough of that. We can't go on forever watching these two disgusting people doing disgusting things to each other. We must get ahead with the story.
That's different. I don't know what happened there. Lucy's reading the Twits chat, by the way. This is the peak content you will pay for. I sit and fuck around with YouTube, well, actually with Streamlabs, whilst Lucy reads you the Twits. That wasn't the right noise. So I don't know what's happened there. To be fair. Do you want to keep reading? I mean, I'm hoping if we keep reading, we might get more than one gifted membership, perhaps.
If you can imagine a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Twit's house and garden, some house, it looks like a prison, and not a window anywhere. Who wants windows? Mr. Twit had said when they were building it. Who wants every Tom, Dick and Harry peeping in to see what you're doing? It didn't occur to Mr. Twit that windows were meant mainly for looking out of and not looking into.
We're definitely getting a copyright strike here, aren't we?
And what do you think of that ghastly garden? Mrs. Twit was the gardener. She was very good at growing thistles and stinging nettles. I always grow plenty of spiky thistles and plenty of stinging nettles, she used to say. They keep out nasty, nosy little children. Near the house, you can see Mr. Twit's work shed. To one side, there is the big dead tree. It never has any leaves on it because it's dead.
That's not the one I want. I want a different sound. Keep going.
And not far from the tree, you can see the monkey cage. There are 4 monkeys in it. They belong to Mr. Twit, and you will hear about them later.
I can't. I want to punch a person. What the fuck?
It made
What's
that
that?
sound ages ago.
I don't know what's going on here. Why? Stop doing it! Why is it doing this? Yes, and thank you for the one gifted. Clive, thank you for the one gifted. I need to turn that off quickly.
Mum gonna have a biscuit before bed. No, you've already brushed your teeth.
Yeah, thank you, Ivor, for the 2. Well, if Warhammer doesn't work out, Luz can become a narrator for Audible. Probably, yeah. And also, thank you so much, Dan, for the $5. Your drink looks like you wrung Joe's outfit into a pint glass. Looks salty. Enjoy. I'll stick to whiskey if that's okay. That's fine. You stick to whiskey. I don't know why the whole thing is broken now. Now I'm really annoyed. Like, really fucking annoyed. I found out what's happened. I found out what the problem is. The problem is two. For some reason, Streamlabs thinks there's 2 separate accounts, and it's fighting because they're both trying to do the thing at the same time. So I found live on air. I found the problem. I now just have to work out how to fix it, which isn't the end of the world, but it's probably not something I'm going to be able to do today. To be fair. Hamlin, thank you for the 1 gifted. Dave WK, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You're legends. So I now need to figure out how.
Once a week on Wednesdays, the Twits had bird pie for supper. Mr. Twit caught the birds and Mrs. Twit cooked them.
Mrs. Twit?
Mr. Twit was good at catching birds. On the day before bird pie, he would put the ladder up against the big dead tree and climb into the branches with a bucket of glue and a paintbrush. The glue he used was something called Hug-Tight, and it was stickier than any other glue in the world. He would paint it along the tops of all the branches and then go away. As the sun went down, birds would fly in from around to roost for the night in the big dead tree. They didn't know, poor things, that the branches were all smeared with horrible Hug-Tight. The moment they landed on a branch, their feet stuck, and that was that.
This is a test super chat message.
I fixed it. I fixed that part. I fixed that part. It's happening! We're fixing things. Whitey, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. To avoid copyright, you should replace twit with twat.
Okay.
What happened there? What's that one? Where's my recents? Well, that's broken now. I broke that thing. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Back to dashboard. Save. No. Oh, fuck. That was a fucking stupid thing to do. So go into here. Streamlabs alert set up.
The next morning, which was bird pie day, Mr. Twit would climb up the ladder again and grab all the wretched birds that were stuck to the tree. It didn't matter what kind they were. Song thrushes, blackbirds, sparrows, crows, little jenny wrens, robins, anything. They all went into the pot for Wednesday's bird pie supper.
Right, I think I'm there. I think we're good. I think I fixed it. Wolf Scouts look amazing. They do. 100%. 100%. Chat, I think I'm back with you now. I think we're done loose.
Yeah?
I mean, I say I think we're done, but you never know, do you?
One Tuesday evening, Mr. Twit had been up the ladder and smeared the tree with Hugtite. 4 little boys crept into the garden to look at the monkeys. They didn't care about the thistles and the stinging nettles, not when there were monkeys to look at. After a while, they got tired of looking at the monkeys, so they explored further into the garden and found the ladder leaning against the big dead tree.
Garcy, thank you for the poo.
They decided to climb up it just for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. The next morning, when Mr. Twit went out to collect the birds, he found 4 miserable little boys sitting in the tree.
Right, good.
Stuck as tight as could be by the seat of their pants to the branches. There were no birds because the presence of the boys had scared them away.
If it's not a filter on your end, then it's got to be YouTube. Block this frown.
Well done.
We fixed it! I figured it out! Oh my god! Oh, thank you so much, Mandy, for the $10. I have just edited the filter in Streamlabs. That's now fine. That's not the problem. I'm now going to go into YouTube Studio. Have a very quick look at my profanity filter on there. Settings. Permissions. No. Upload defaults. No. Add categories. No. Promotions. Create demographic. Community moderation. Comments on moderation. None. Messages in your live chat. Moderation. None. Post in your community on. Moderation. None. Who can post? Subscribers. Blocked words. Cool. Save. It's all on everything everywhere's on none, but I actually fixed it. I actually fixed it, which means I could logically now go to...
Mum, can I have a biscuit before bed?
I fixed it. Oh, I wonder.
Rejoice E.
Thank you so much, man. What a legend. I wonder. This is a problem for you all now, because I've suddenly got excited about the fact I've just worked out how to fucking fix shit.
Mr. Twat was furious.
Captain Rex, thank you for the 5 gifted. Mr. Twat, lol. So logically now, if I go into here, and I go into that one, and I go there, and I go there, and I go there. You don't know what I'm doing. I'm aware you don't know what I'm doing. And I go there.
As there are no birds for my pie tonight, he shouted, it'll have to be boys instead. He started to climb the ladder. Boy pie might be better than bird pie, he went on, grinning horribly. More meat and not so many tiny little bones. The boys were terrified. He's going to boil us, cried one of them.
Isn't this the best you've ever had? Watching me make a stream live?
Bombardment.
Bombardment.
Bombardment. Bombardment. Bombardment.
Oh, I have to actually end the goal. Put in 15. Put in, will it work? Actually, I need to put it in capitals. Will it work? Don't gift any yet. Don't gift any yet.
He'll stew us alive! Wailed the second boy. He'll cook us with carrots! Cried the third. But the fourth little boy, who had more sense than the others, whispered, Listen, I've just had an idea. We are only stuck by the seat of our pants. So quick, unbutton your pants and slip out of them and fall to the ground.
What do you call a dog that can do magic? A labracadabrador.
I'm so happy Brian's working again. I'm so happy. Can someone gift a single membership?
Thunder, Thundercats. Dwarf.
That what?
Oh!
Brian, you fucking shortchanged Mandy. That wasn't a whoa. That's a lot more O's than that, isn't there? Oh my god! I need a single gifted from someone, or 100 would be great. But I need a single gifted from someone because there's a possibility I fix this too.
Mr. Twit had reached the top of the ladder and was just about to make a grab for the nearest boy when they all of a sudden tumbled out of the tree and ran home with their naked bottoms winking at the sun.
Oh, you fucking
Somehow
joking.
Palpatine has returned.
It didn't. How has it not fixed that one, but it's fixed the rest?
What's wrong?
The YouTube membership goal. I don't know why it hasn't done that one. Sub goal. I'm definitely using the right one. So what it had done is it had put a spam filter on, and I don't know why it did that because I've always had it turned off. And I've now turned the spam filter off, which is probably not a thing I want to admit to this chat, but I have now turned the spam filter off. The gifted tracker still isn't picking up any membership things, which is really odd.
Oh, she's bouncy.
Thank you, who?
Dan.
Dan for the 5 gifted. Thank you for the hat trick as well, you legend. So I need to figure out why the bar's still not working, because that I thought I was close to having that done then. Event list. Right.
Now for the monkeys. The 4 monkeys in the cage in the garden were all one family. They were Mugglewump and his wife and their 2 small children. But what on earth were Mr. and Mrs. Twit doing with monkeys in their garden? Well, in the old days, they had both worked
I think we can stop the book.
in a circus as monkey trainers.
You're amazing, Lise, for holding the fort. I'm good now. I'm going to stop fucking around with...
Do you see how he just drops me like I'm some kind of toy? Literally stops me in the chapter about monkeys being forced to dance for entertainment. And now you're not entertained anymore. Stop dancing, monkey!
Like Joe the Pickle. Thank you so
irony.
much. Thanks, Luce, for holding the fort. The twits as I fixed. I'm so glad I got Brian working. I can live without the membership thing working, but I feel like, oh, I've done this thing and this thing, and this should now work logically. It shouldn't. I'll go back to my Streamlabs ticket and be like, still not working.
You should all breathe a sigh of relief, chat, because we're tiptoeing into the realms of puberty, and I was going to buy a book to help talk James through it, but he said no thank you, because he'd rather just talk about it.
About his
Have
feelings.
5 of my juiciest members for pleasing the Omnisire. Would have been 10, but you didn't use the sanctified oils.
I did. You just didn't see it. Thank you, Biblical Nipple, for the 10 gifted. Thank you, Mad Larkin, for the 1. Edward for the 1. Whitey for the 1 as well. You're all amazing. He still won't say what I want to say. Honestly, everything is now turned off, Mandy. Everything, all the filters are now off. Literally everything. If I go into Super Chats now and I go down to spam filters, spam filter off, spam security off, spam repetition block off. If I go up to the actual Super Chat setting, minimum amount of Super Chat 0. It's like literally everything's off. There's nothing else I can do to get it to work. And if I've read it out all to YouTube to you the seconds I've got on YouTube. Everything's set so it should work, but it's not. I don't know why, but it isn't. So I'm really sorry. Thank you, Erebus, for 5 gifted memberships. Up to 38. You're a wonderful, wonderful bunch of humans. Up to 38. You're heroes. Thank you. So I'm sorry. I'd love to. Will it even let you just type it normally? Something in this next sentence is being blocked. We've had more narrative from Luce in 30 minutes than Games Workshop has given us in the last 2 editions. Facts. Edward says, seriously, Luce, an audible narrator. You'd do great.
Do you know, my best book was the David Walliams one where the dad has to go to a jungle to grab a thing. Oh, it's called Thing. That's it. Or Thing. I think it's Thing.
I've not read it or heard it.
But that was my finest hour at bath time. I had the kids cracking up every night we read that book.
She does the voices and everything.
I do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm assuming when Mandy's written, weird, still won't let me, something in the next sentence is being blocked, and then it hasn't popped up, so I'm assuming it's just flat blocking it in entirety.
No, here. Well, look at this serious adult. Won't dress up like the rest of us. Paint your cheeks like a pumpkin and wear a swimsuit. The stem can be your lower back. Is that the sentence it's blocking?
Why is it? That doesn't make any sense.
Cheeks, maybe?
What's long, hard and full of semen? You were thinking it was a submarine, but it's actually a membership.
See, how can it let that through and not what Mandy's written? I don't get what it's blocking. I'm not sure. Ivy, thank you for the one gifted. We're on 39. Mandy, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I could even. I don't even know if there's a thing I could do to get Brian to say it. I don't think I can like manual. That would be great if I could have a Brian like type in and send.
I think my next funniest book, which was a close second, was
Oh, Lucy's on book.
was
But this is how conversations work in this house.
Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events, but I think it was either book 5 or book 13.
We can be having a conversation, and then I'll go to work for the day, and I'll come back on a Tuesday night, and that conversation will carry on. I tried butt, behind, and cheeks, block them all. It doesn't make any sense.
What about bottom?
It doesn't make any sense.
Bottom.
There's literally zero. YouTube still being a bit screwy in places. That's very weird. Mandy, thank you though. It censors spicy jokes, but all of my censorship stuff's turned off. Surely I should be able to control that.
Try bottom.
Bottom. And actually, there's some of the spicy jokes that have come through. Some of the super chats that have come through, it hasn't blocked them. So I don't. That's fucking strange. That's strange. Not even remotely close to Warhammer related, but I've told you I'll dress up if we get 1,106 members.
I feel like I should rotate the books that are on my desk because the shenanigans that go on with Streamlabs and what's the other one?
It was YouTube, isn't it?
No, those Streamlabs and OBS, yeah.
I feel slightly better now I have Brian working at the very least. Like, that makes me a lot happier. A lot happier, for that matter, actually. Although that's now not doing it. Oh, it did. Oh, it did the thing. Good, okay. So that's now working. Good. So I've got my I got to a point where my recent events was broken, Brian was broken, and the membership track is broken. Right?
What's recent events?
I have a thing on my screen. So when everything that happens that's a membership gift, a super chat, or a subscriber, a new subscriber, sits on my recent events tab and pops up.
Oh.
So if I'm not looking at chat, for example, so if we're reading a website, like if we're reading a Games Workshop website and I'm not looking at chat, I will see anything monetized so I don't miss it, right? And Erebus, thank you for 5 gifts. I think I already said that though. So it says bottom.
Bottom.
My God, bottom is blocked too.
Sexist Mandy.
It's got to be a weird. So hang on. So recent events shows me all those things, and that broke for a while, and it was just blank, empty. I was like, I don't know why that's broken. And then Brian stopped working, obviously, and obviously the membership track has been broken for fucking ages. So, but now we've got 2 out of 3 back. I'm okay with it. What's interesting is, could be filter parameters for a different country. What's interesting is I think what they've done is they've moved to like an AI bot thing for moderation, which apparently doesn't like your statement, despite the fact that it'll quite happily let IVs what's long, hard, and full of semen come through. Seems like a skill issue, maybe. Americans aren't allowed to have fun, it seems. Facts. Hey. I don't use VPN, so not that, and US based. Yeah, I don't think John said that means we can go back and do the other, so we can have. Oh no, it hasn't tracked any of those. Okay, it's tracked some of those, but not all of them. I can't have that one come back on. It hasn't tracked that one.
We should probably be quite grateful that I wasn't reading Charlie and the Glass Elevator.
Why?
Because the first 2 chapters are you wouldn't get away with it today.
Oh. The stupid online whatever act. Oh, don't. Please don't. I saw a thing earlier on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
There's a streamer that I watch, Stod, right?
Yeah.
And there's a clip from the new Call of Duty game that's just in beta now being tested, right? Which they're rushing out, I think, because Battlefield is looking like it's going to wipe the floor with them. And there's a clip on day 1 of the beta, 3 hours in, of someone cheating.
My penis was in the Guinness Book of Records until the librarian told me to take it out.
See, that's fine.
So someone's already figured out how to cheat on it.
Well, it's because they haven't updated the anti-cheat from the last version of the game.
Oh.
So there's a stream or there's a video, sorry, of someone cheating 3 hours into the new game, right? And they're quite clearly cheating. It's not even being hidden. And so Stod posts the video on Twitter of the guy cheating, which obviously is Call of Duty. So it's a video game, but there's like blood splatter and bullets and stuff because it's a video game, right?
Yeah.
And once he's posted it, his internet then tells him he's not allowed to see his own post because it might contain scenes of violence and he needs to log in and do his ID, and he's like, I posted it! The Online Safety Act won't let him watch his own fucking clip.
Why was the FBI agent happy he visited the glory hole? He received an anonymous tip.
See, it lets that through! What the fuck? And it won't let Mordy send a dirty super chat.
Oh, you're all very oppressed.
Oh my god. I can post that joke, but not what I wanted to say earlier. I know, I'm sorry. It's not me. This isn't me. This is fucking YouTube. And the thing is, I'm a registered, like, I was about to say a registered partner then. Sounds like I'm on some kind of, on some kind of list. I am a verified partner, okay? Now that sounds like a lot of people go, it's subscriber numbers. I have a fucking tick at the end of my name. That means I'm a verified partner. By being a verified partner, I have a dedicated partner manager. By having a dedicated partner manager, I can email my dedicated partner manager, and it's supposed to be that I've got like special support because of how well the channel does, right? And when I say how well the channel does, what I ultimately mean is how much money it makes YouTube comparative with its size.
Okay.
YouTube goes, you do all right money-wise comparative with your size. We want to help you grow so that you make more money, so that we make more money off of you making more money. That's how it should work, right? That's what they sell it to me as. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'll take the partner manager program. I'm into it. Let's do it. First guy, George, great. Love that chap. Luce keeps wanting us to bring him back.
Yeah.
Right? However, every other partner manager I've had since, pile of dog wank. And now what happens is, part of the benefit of being a verified partner is that I'm supposed to have like dedicated support teams. And when I email my partner and go, I'm having this problem, partner manager help me, and then they push it to the support team, and the support team get back to me, and honestly, I think what they have is a literal room of chimps that are trained to just type the same sentence and send it back. I don't think it's actual... In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it's actually AI getting back to me. Because they go, this is how it's supposed to work. And I'm like, I know how it's supposed to work. I'm telling you it's not working. And then the response I get is, this is how it's supposed to work. I'm like, did you read what I wrote?
I wonder if there's a sentence that you can write back that then does put you through to a person. Sometimes, you know, when you call a place and they give you press 1. If you just keep pressing 0, you go through to a person.
After 8 to 9 emails back and forth about the lack of memberships being given out last week, I'll be honest, I'll hold my hands up. It wasn't the right thing to do. I got rude. I called him a fucking idiot because I got so fed up. I didn't say idiot. I asked him if he was fucking stupid and if he was in fact capable of reading my email, because if he was capable of reading my email, he will have realised that I've taken what he said and explained to him why what he said isn't what's happening. And you can't keep telling me that this is how it's supposed to work and me respond saying, but it's not working that way, without you then going, cool, we'll look into it, because that's weird. If I've told you how it should be working and you're telling me how it's not working, clearly something's not quite right. We should look into it. And all I kept getting was a message back going, but this is how it's supposed to work. And I'm like, I get how it's supposed to work, you fucking imbecile. I'm telling you, that's not how it's actually working.
Imbecile.
And then eventually he was like, it's clear we can't help you any further, so I'm going to close this chat. I was like, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
That's essentially, okay, bye.
Oh my fucking God. And then I wanted to go out and punch a child. I was so angry. So then they closed the ticket and it never got fixed. Although the membership is working today, and yesterday, the day before, which is odd.
But this is the frustrating thing, because you'll never really know if you did fix it or if something back at YouTube HQ had been turned back on or back off. This could be a coincidence.
YouTube's partner support team, right? The support that creators get in general for anyone less than, say, 1 million subs is fucking shit. And I've spoken to a lot of other people through different subscriber ranges, from like 5,000 through 10,000 through 50,000 and people close to 100,000, and can confirm they've all just basically had not our problem. Cool, thanks. I mean, this is how we make our living on the platform that you said you can make a living on this platform. And
it's okay, because I'm going to start reading bedtime stories. So I will save us. It's fine. You're welcome.
Loose on Only Voice.
Only dulcet tones.
Yeah. Hey, leave the stabbing to the professionals. Send Luce in. She is from Coventry, you are correct. Chat, we're 1 away from 40 for the Pickle Appreciation Society. I felt there'd be more people in the Pickle Appreciation Society.
Well, maybe he needs to repeat the experience.
I don't think I'm ever going to get him back in that pickle suit for a whole stream.
I liked Kev's comment. He said something like, Joe getting out of that pickle suit will be like Ace Ventura exiting the rhinoceros.
Multi-streaming is a thing I'm looking into, yes, at the moment, because the problem I have is I looked into multi-streaming circa a year ago-ish, right? And the problem I had at that point was most of the multi-streaming platforms that allowed you to do it, twofold. A, charged you for it, which I'm always reticent to pay money for something when I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to make that money back. If I think I can guarantee that revenue return, I'm more likely to pay the money. The second issue I had is, for example, this stream, and all of our streams actually, we put out in glorious 4K. I think we're one of the few channels who still puts everything out in glorious 4K. And the issue I have is, when you then multi-stream to, say, Twitch, which is a lower bitrate and a lower quality, and then you try and also push the stream to, say, Twitter live, because you can do that now, that's a thing you can do. The issue you then have is that it breaks them, because it goes, oh, I can't handle all this 4K. So then it goes, oh, do you want to drop your YouTube stream quality down so you can stream to these other places? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to drop my quality down. I want you to encode it for the different places at different qualities. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah, multi-billion-dollar companies.
Yeah. So I'm looking into it. The glorious 4K hole, exactly, yeah. Yeah, Fire Slayer pickle soon. I don't think we ever see him. As much as I like it, Garcia, I don't think we see him in that pickle costume. When I bought it, I was a bit kind of like, it says one size fits all. I was like, yeah, if you're buying it in China, probably. But in this country, I'm not so sure. But I was like, let's take the gamble, because I'm not wearing it. So when it turned up, I literally didn't get out of the packet. until it turned up yesterday. Turned up on Wednesday. Didn't get out of the packet until yesterday at the studio. Right, and I let Joe open the packet, and he got it out, and he disappeared off around the corner with his little pickle packet, right? and me and Tom were in the main part of the room, and Joe disappeared. I was like, "Where's he gone?" And I realised he's gone to get changed into his pickle. And when he came waddling back round, and he went, all I heard was, "Oh, it's snug." And I sat in the deck chair, and he came round, and that's the photo that went in Thames. He's like out in his pick, and I was like, "Oh, that is snug."
Might have to cut him out of it.
Honestly, one size fits some. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, it's a bit shocking that so many so-called streaming companies can't accept 4K streams. It's mad. It's mad. But I need to look into it because I want to start ruling the world, taking over the world. So, if we can put these streams everywhere, and we can make more money doing that, brilliant. But one of the best ways you can support us, chat, is by gifting wonderful memberships. AI bots have no empathy, but hey, their ticket resolution numbers are fantastic. Well, yeah. I'm one of those people that when you go onto a website or whatever to deal with something, right? You can guarantee they don't give you an email address. You can guarantee they don't give you a phone number, and then a little live chat box pops up. And I used to love those.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll type it down. I'll speak to someone. And I love a little chat box because I can copy and paste it and save it and go, here's what you said. Right? Amazing. Because you normally get the email me a transcript. Which means you've emailed me the transcript. You can't tell me I've edited it because you've emailed it to me, right? I used to love those, and now I fucking hate them because a little chat box pops up, and you type something in, and it goes, "Hi, I'm such and such bot." You're like, oh, for fuck's sake! What happened with companies letting you talk to a human being?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, well, the thing is, right, is it's significantly cheaper to employ bots to do the job of people. It's much cheaper for us. I was like, but is it better for you overall? It might be cheaper for you to employ them, but then when customers go, fuck you, because I can't talk to a person, you lose a customer. Is that net better for you?
Have you heard about the AI actress?
I think maybe vaguely, briefly.
There's an AI actress that a lot of actors are kind of not begging production companies, but they're strongly disagreeing with it because obviously to have an A-list celebrity in your film, that comes with a price tag because they're going to put your film immediately above any others. But imagine hiring, air quotes, an actress that doesn't even need toilet breaks or doesn't have an intimacy coordinator, so you can kind of get this, air quotes, actor to do whatever you want. There's no hair and makeup needed, so those jobs are out. There's no stunt double needed, that job's out. There's no reshoot. It's a thing. She's an AI actress called Tilly something. She's already been in a whole bunch of stuff.
How?
It's mental. It's actually mental.
I think if I were, and I'm not an actor, clearly, I probably should have been, but I think if I was an actor...
Gotta save money and a bot can't accidentally say something to offend a sensitive person. At Liam Dempsey O'Terry's an old movie called Simone about an AI being an actress.
Is there? I just think if I was an actor, and I probably should at this point be a world famous actor, but if I was an actor, right, I feel like if someone said, cool, so you're going to play this part, and then the girl who's opposite you, she won't actually be in the room because we're using AI. I'm like...
But then what stops them from going, oh, well, here's an AI male lead part, so we don't need any actors now because we can just CGI in
if I was an actor in that particular circumstance, I'm like, well, I'm not fucking doing the film. And I feel like if someone came to me and said, CGI is one thing, but we've got this film, we've made it with just AI actors, I think I'd be like, I don't want to watch it, ever. I'm not interested. CGI is different because it still takes humans to voice it, still takes humans to animate it, right?
I don't know if they've AI'd her voice or if they have used a voice of a real person.
Honestly.
It's mad.
AI can't pull points, not yet, so I think my job is safe for now. It is for now, yeah. Honestly, I don't... AI is terrible to watch, yeah. I mean, the thing is, the problem is, ghastly with technology in general, right, is it is rapidly evolving. So although at the moment, loose flicks through social media on the reels or whatever, and she'll land on one, and you can hear that it's AI. I can hear it that it's AI, and I'm like, Lucy, that's AI. She'll go into the comments, I'll be like, AI.
Yeah.
At the moment, we can tell, for the most part. I think I can tell almost all of it. I won't be as brazen as to say I can tell everything that's AI, because I definitely can't. But I think I can tell almost all of it, right? The problem is 10 years ago, it didn't exist at this level. So it's going to just continue to develop and improve. And there will become a point in time where we won't know what is real and what isn't. And that's fucking dangerous.
It's even making me consider my home ed style. How good AI is getting, because I've been 50% child-led and then 50% gently nudged of, no, we need to do algebra. We're doing it. Suck it up. We're doing it. The now child-led bit, it's making me very nervous, because if the boys ask a question and I say, okay, go with it, do a little flow chart. Where does it take you? What do you want to find out? What do you end up finding out? Because a lot of it is on Google, our little library, it's not next door, and that's a whole transition from task to task to go to the library. We also have to let the dog out, make sure that she's okay for a couple of hours, take some little bit of money with us for the Gregs. All of these, it's not just nipping to the library, it's actually a whole day. So we end up Googling stuff. And when I say to them, please cross-reference it, so go and find another website that says the same thing so you can back up your research. A lot of the learning is done on YouTube, because see it, do it, learn it kind of thing. The AI is scarily good that even I'm watching it going, I don't think that animal's in the food chain. That I've never heard of that animal eating that. But because the video is so flawless and the way the animal hunts is so natural looking, even I'm going, oh, I'm not. My information's wrong now.
What I find hilarious, what I find really funny about the modern day, right, is logically speaking, with the internet specifically, we have access to more information than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
So I can on my phone look up a study about a thing quite quickly on Google on my computer, right? So we are arguably more informed than we ever have been in terms of access to information, real actual information as well. But the problem is, because people are evil and arseholes, there's so much misinformation out there that not only do we have more information than ever before, but we have, as we have evolved over the last 2 decades, got to the point now where we doubt more than we ever have doubted before.
But now it's making
That's weird, right?
I said to the boys, because we have in our conservatory, we've got 7 windows, and each window is like a term summary. So term 1, there's pictures of what we did, so they can go over it. And I've floated the idea with them today of, do you mind if when we have our week off, I strip all of this down and I go back to quite structured learning, because I think I might have to just provide you with the information. I don't think I can trust the internet as much as I could. And maybe we do spend a whole day in a library, or we go and ask the scientist, or we go and ask the doctor about the thing about how many times does our kidneys filter our blood. The boys nearly believed the internet, and we had 2 science books that said the same answer, but because it's the internet, they nearly believed it. And I had to rein them back in and say how those answers are wildly different.
Yeah.
So these books, our kidneys haven't changed that much.
But people every time anyone ever asks a question, there was the old what is it when you take the first letter? Is it an acronym or what the name is?
For rainbow, Roy G. Biv?
Yeah.
Acronym?
Yeah,
maybe?
I think so, an acronym. And the acronym was LMGIFY or something. Let me Google it for you, right?
Oh, okay.
What it was, right? Because it was, if you had a question 10, 15 years ago, let me Google it for you. They'll just Google it and they'll look and they'll find an article. But even with there's now a step removed, right? So it used to be you go on Google and you'd Google what is the chemical makeup of blah. I don't know, a question that you ask it, right? Or what is the we did this fucking experiment recently, right? People were talking about my motorcycle and I said it is 210 horsepower And someone else said, it's 200 horsepower. I was like, no, it's 210 horsepower. And we Googled the same question on our mobile phones in Google, right? On Google Chrome. How much brake horsepower is the motorbike that I've got, right? And then we screenshotted our answers and put it into the group chat. And his said 200, and mine said 210. Because it used to be that you Google it, you get a bunch of websites, you go find the one that you go, that one looks like legit. So for me, I would go and use the BMW website, for example, right? And then you go, well, there's the number. And now what happens with Google is you get an AI summary at the top. AI summary.
Yeah.
So because his bias was, he thought it was 200, and because my bias was, I thought it was 210, what it did is it gave us our bias back. So we had the same fucking question, and the AI, the funny thing was the AI's response was also basically worded exactly the same. The only thing that was different was how many brake horsepower was in each bike, and I was like, that's fucking terrifying. Because all that does is reaffirm your own bias and make you think you're right, and it creates this own little AI echo chamber of, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right. Right, no, but... And then we went to the actual website, and we looked at the actual figures, and it was 210. But the point is, we did the same fucking question and got different answers.
I think I'm looking forward to this new home ed style. It's not wildly different. It's just going to be a bit more... Here is a path, you walk down this one, don't deviate because AI is too scary. This is what we're learning today. Learn all the stuff within these perimeters. Don't stray. But I wonder if actually going back through the books and going to find your answer, don't just sit at home and just regurgitate an opinion you found on the internet. Go and find the book. And ask the expert.
This is why in the Warhammer 40,000 universe they banned AI. Banned, outlawed.
Oh yeah.
AI was outlawed in Warhammer 40k because they realised when they wrote their novels 20, 30 years ago for 40k that AI is fucking dangerous.
Yeah. I think I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think it would bother me as much as it has until it was things like food chains that Ben's age group, he's 8. So food chains that you're like, this animal definitely eats this animal. For millennia, that's in their food web, food chain, whatever you want to call it. And now there's AI it's just ridiculous. And I'm watching it going, the animal looks really natural in its hunting. I can't actually tell. Because it used to be some of the pixels would be a bit out of time, or the lip sync would be slightly enough for your brain to catch it. And now it's just flawless.
In short, chat, believe nothing you see online, just watch this channel.
Me and the lads ban our phones in the pub. We can have proper pub discussions without someone finding the answer immediately. First one to touch their phone pays for all the drinks.
I love that.
I saw that ages ago. Have you ever had to buy the drinks, Dan? Because it's detoxing from your phone. It's a thing.
I'm a person who takes my phone when I'm at a pub or at coffee with someone. I'll take my phone out of my pocket and I'll put it flat down on the table like that, face down.
Yeah.
If it's in my pocket, I'll feel it vibrate.
Yeah.
If it's flat on the screen, I can't see the screen go off. It just sits there, and then I leave it alone.
When I started to leave my phone down here instead of taking it up, because it used to be my alarm clock, the pocket that I'd put it in on my jeans, that muscle would twitch and vibrate as though I've just got a text message.
Yeah, that's
my
a phenomenon. There's a name for that.
In a whole other room.
There's a legit name for that.
Yeah.
There is a phenomenon for it.
It's the addict, the brain going, we need to look at the phone.
I have my phone because of and I don't want I'm going to sound like a cock now, chat, I'm aware. But because of the channel, and my life is social media, YouTube, comments, Discord, WhatsApp, etc. If I had my phone on normal notification settings, like most people, it would be a permanent buzz. It wouldn't stop. It wouldn't shut up ever. So I've set like a personal focus that my phone lives on, and I have a nighttime do not disturb that it goes on to at 10 p.m. and comes off again at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And that personal focus basically goes, who is messaging? And if it's a random person, it won't come through. My phone won't vibrate. If it's you, for example, the boys, it will go off. And then the only other thing that bypasses that is phone calls, because phone calls are phone calls, right? Because if I didn't do that, it's just constantly buzzing, and I found that I would be like you. I'd have my phone in my pocket, and I'd feel it vibrating, and it's not there. Now I've put that personal focus on, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and then I've started to, when it's my day off, and I go into town, I leave my phone at home.
Oh, Mandy, my fucking car died while I'm out shopping with the baby.
Well, that's not helpful.
That's not helpful, is it? At least you don't live in America where you have to drive every. Oh wait. Clicks once when I try to start it. AC turns on, radio turns on. So I'm guessing it's just a starter. Waiting for my dad to come help since my husband's at work. Could also be the battery.
Yeah.
It sounds like a starter or a battery. I know you're gonna go with the radio's on. Have you tried turning air conditioner off, turn the radio off, turn everything off so the power load is low, and then try starting it? It might. It probably won't. And if it doesn't work, don't keep trying to start it because you don't want to flood the engine. Everyone gives a membership for Mandy. I own pubs and my phone calls are constant drama. If I get the opportunity to spend time with pals, I'm spending time with pals, yeah. Yeah, exactly, mate.
Yeah.
Time is precious. Time is the one thing we can't buy.
And you don't know how much you have.
You don't know how much you have.
Yeah.
And it's not finite. You don't know how much you have.
Carl.
I'm on top chat again for some reason. Why is it on top chat again? What's Carl said? Man, if you try calling it a cup, brilliant.
I am excited to go to the library and get a super niche reserve list of books because the topic we're learning is like, do you have a book on the femur bone of a saber-toothed tiger around the Ice Age period?
Chat, we have got 20 minutes left and 60 members to go, which means we need how many members per minute?
Say that again.
20 minutes left, 60 members to go.
Please don't. I don't do well under pressure.
60 divided
No,
by 20.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because all I'll do is I'll come out looking stupid and I'm not doing it.
You won't look stupid.
Yes, I will.
You can do that,
I'm not
Sam.
doing it. I'm not doing it. Ask me after the stream when I've got a cup of tea and I'll be able to
We
do
need
it.
3 members a minute, chat.
Yeah, not doing it.
3 members a minute. Can we smash that through for me? For the Pickle Appreciation Society. It's almost certainly the battery. I've got a sticker. I need to find out if I can make it HD. I've got a sticker in Thames of Joe in that pickle costume, which has come from this particular image here. What you guys didn't see is you didn't see what happened before he cut the face thing off, right? Is it gonna... Will it focus if I hide behind it? Right, you can't. Anyway, I need to know if I could Photoshop that out of that image and secretly put it on a t-shirt. Pickle Joe, just on a t-shirt here.
Yeah.
Just, and if you know, you know. Pickle Joe. If you know, you know.
Pickle Joe. Yeah. That's a good one.
That's what I want to do. If you know, you know. Pickle Joe. Morty Hammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. We're up to 40. Just 3 lots of 20 now and we'll smash it, chat, okay?
I liked his sentence. I could have enjoyed this 60% more.
At the end?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was broken, I think. Turning stuff off didn't help. I didn't think it would, but it was worth a shot. Like my new background. No, it's just what? If I need to go for a tug, that's what we use, Escape. Apparently there's a new trend anyway of putting shit slogans on the back of t-shirts. So if you know, you know. Pickle Joe. Do you struggle with your social battery? I used to be a real life Duracell bunny. These days I struggle. It's a byproduct of social media, do you reckon? Yeah, both.
I think it's social media and the COVID years.
When I came out of the army, I did about 2 years on the tools and the railway, and then I moved into a management role. About 6 to 9 months into that management role, I did a high level management course. I can't remember the name of it, but I did a high level management course. It was a week away learning, and then had to come home and do some more like coursework, go back and do another week learning, and then what the fuck was it called? I can't remember. And I did the course, and it was very interesting. But part of the course was about doing your Myers-Briggs type indicator, your MBTI. If you've never heard of an MBTI, what an MBTI is it basically tracks 4 main character traits and plots you on this graph, and it's supposed to help you understand yourself and tools that you can use to kind of improve the way you manage and tools that or things that won't help you that you can try and avoid and what have you. And one of the things they do is they check your introvert-extrovert status. You heard introvert-extrovert before?
Yeah.
So if you're introverted, I'm sure most of you know this anyway because you're all pretty clever people. If you're introverted people, then being around other people drains your battery. You get tired and fatigued and it wears you down, and you need to step away and be on your own to recharge and energize back up. And if you're extroverted, it's the polar opposite. So you need to be around people to be energized, and when you're on your own, you'll start to withdraw because you're not around people. And when I first did that test back in, it would have been 2016-ish, 17 maybe, it's like 8-9 years ago. I was so fucking hard over on the extrovert chart, it was unreal. It was as extroverted as it could be. You must be around people to feel good, to be energized, to get going, right? I know, and it fit, and it was definitely right. You know, it was 100% how I behaved all the time. Over the course of the last 8 years since doing that, I think social media does play a huge part, Dan, to be fair. But I also think COVID had a huge impact on me.
Yeah.
I feel like I've swung really far the other way. And it might also be partly my job as well, because my job means I have to be on and happy and cheerful and entertaining in front of people.
Yeah.
And then when I get into my own little world and the cameras go off and it's just me and Luce and the kids, I'm like, you know what? As long as it's just me, Luce and the kids, I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm relaxed. So I've swung the other way now quite hard. I think you're right, Dan. I think part of it is social media. I think part of it is my job. I also think part of it is COVID. The lockdowns in COVID, I think, basically just taught me how to be on my own or be with just my family. And I was like, oh, I can just put all my effort on my family. That's because that's the people that I'm around all the time. And then I got to the point I was like, well, that's what I want to do, though, because they're my family. So, yeah.
I think we're going to hear much, much more about the COVID years in the next sort of 20 years when the COVID babies are now adults. And I think then we'll see a huge difference in social skills, local economy, like the high streets dying off because now the biggest demographic that spend their money were the COVID babies, and now they do their online. They don't leave the house very much. They don't date very much. They don't, like, their have a go attitude is not really there.
There's other things that also factor in that isn't just COVID related, is that the average age now that kids leave home after growing up at home has moved to 33.
Yeah.
Because cost of living.
I know.
Because cost of property. Because
but
cost of rent.
I think we're going to hear about the COVID years in a while. I think now it's still too experimental. We're still not quite sure what we're looking at. But I reckon in about 20 years, we'll have a really clear picture and then we'll know.
Escapade says, lockdown was great. Was more energised than I've ever been before. Wife lasted 3 days before going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, mate, for your insight. Really interesting hearing your opinion. I just think it's a multitude of factors. I also think that there's this... I think that the extroverted kind of persona is almost drilled into you a bit in the forces. It's expected. And I think there's a level of we all. I think if we're honest with ourselves, I think we all play Warhammer, right? Which means strong possibility that we're all on the autistic scale somewhere. Just throwing it out there, chat. Just throwing it out there, right? I think it's probably quite true. And I think that what happens in the army is you learn to mask really hard, and it is a case of it's expected that you go to the bar with the lads. It's expected that you get on the lash. It's expected that you're part of the block parties. It's expected that it's expected. It's expected you're in the rugby club. And so you go, this is expected of me. This is how I'm supposed to behave. So you kind of wear this persona of this is how I'm supposed to behave. And then when you leave, and slowly but surely over time, that mask starts to lift and you start to learn, well, I can actually just be me and who I am. And that's okay. And some people find that similar to who they were. And some people find that's very different. I think for me, for the most part, I found that a lot of it's quite different. And I still struggle. There's times where I'll be in certain social scenarios and I'll put the mask on that I think is the best one that fits the group. And I'm only in the last maybe year or two, and I've been having this conversation out loud quite frequently with Luce. Only in the last maybe year or two have I got to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to put that mask on to fit that fucking group. I'm not interested in fitting that group. I'd be me, and if they like me, great. That's fantastic. And if they don't, I'm not really fucking bothered because they're clearly not my tribe.
Yeah.
So, and the thing that Peachy said to me ages and ages ago, and it's right, and I've used the phrase repeatedly, and I'll continue to credit him for it, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if they're not my vibe, then they're not my tribe, and that's fine. That's okay. And I'm not saying they have to change to fit or whatever, but they can go and be them, right? What regiment were you? I was Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers. I was an aircraft engineer. I started off 7th Battalion, REME, and then moved to 4 Regiment Army Air Corps as part of the workshop afterwards. That was my 2 postings post-training. So I did my aircraft course I did my basic training 2005 to 2006. My aircraft course started 2006, finished 2007. Posted to Watersham Airfield end of 2007. Met Luce 2008, went my first op tour 2008.
If I can derail the conversation for a second, do you and Luce have any advice? I'm getting married on Sunday and I like hearing others' perspectives.
Honestly, marriage advice is minimum 50 gifted, Edward. Thank you, Buckshot, for the 10 gifted memberships. Especially, it's minimum 50, especially when I'm sat this close to her and she can throw things at me. In all seriousness, all joking aside, thank you so much, Buckshot, by the way. Thank you, Joe, for 10 gifted. We've got 50 to go, chat, and 12 minutes. It's probably not going to happen. All joking aside, Edward, what do you mean by advice? Because that's a wide spectrum. That's a wide spectrum. I'm more than happy to talk about it. We've got things that we've learned over... Fucking hell, if you think about it, it's a long time. Over 14 years. Over 14 years of marriage now.
I know.
15 years in April.
I know.
I've learnt to mask hard. Honestly, I'm an introvert, but when I work behind my bar, I have to become extra. Let me tell you, it can be fucking exhausting. Of course it is. Not to mention the social media requirements. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't shag the bridesmaid.
That's a good one, Pridders. Strong. Advice. Does she know you're marrying her? Is it a surprise? Yeah. Thank you so much, Joe, for 10 gifted, by the way. What a legend. We've had no 20 gifteds tonight for Loose Hopes.
I know.
I always love a Loose Hope.
No, mine aren't great at the minute.
Sol, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. Go on, chat. Can we get a choo-choo, though?
Choo-choo.
That'll do. Surely that'll do. Dan, thank you for 20 gifted. I thought you were tapped out, mate. Mind you, you said you own loads of pubs, so you must be rolling in taxes. That's how it works now, isn't it? Thank you so much, Sal, for the 5. Thank you, Dan, for the 20 gifted. You know what that means as well, Luce?
Can I have 3 facts about yourself, Dan?
He owns pubs.
Yeah.
He's ex-army.
Okay.
I don't know a third fact.
Okay.
Sorry, you missed the start of my stream. Exclamation mark late. Late, Sol! Late!
Does your pub sell food?
I mean, they have to nowadays, don't they, pretty much, to survive.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. If you have a good pork scratching dealer, then, I mean, that can get you by.
Where are your pubs, Dan? Are you anywhere near us? Luce and I can come in for some food. What would you want to be told in before problem-solving raising kids? Wow, that's a big one.
We'll say that again?
What would you have wanted to be told before problem-solving raising kids, he's put, right? You got kids? Not got kids in the way? Or I'm assuming you're planning, if that's the case. I could do you 20 lads, but I'm done. Love what you do, pal. You're a boss. Oh, mate, thank you. He's ex-Remy. He was a recovery mechanic. I know that much. I was watching LVA. I'll give it. Honestly, Edward, the biggest thing, I think, which I didn't do very well to start with. The biggest thing I think is just about communication, and it's very cliche to say that, but if your partner does something that Luce and I's a bit of a weird situation. We didn't live together before we got married, and most people now I feel like they live together before they get married, right? We didn't. And so we got married and then moved in together. We kind of did it the really old-fashioned way. And then like we got married in 2011. A year and a half later, we fell pregnant with James. He was born 2013. And honestly, I think that in the early stages, both of us probably had things that where each one of us pissed the other one off, and we didn't say anything. Let's go back to that military life, right? And my extroverted kind of attitude, and the fact that I fucking constantly would invite people in after work every night for a brew and a chinwag or a beer, a couple of beers in the fridge, because it's like sociable to do that. And I was like that in the block, for example. And then and what I didn't realise at the time was Luce fucking hated it. And Luce was sat there going, "Stop fucking inviting people into our house every single night."
Yeah, especially when they don't leave their rank at work. I don't give a shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
couldn't give a shit that you're Liam's boss at work. Get the fuck out my house. It's midnight. Why aren't you shagging your wife right now? Piss off.
Yeah. So there's things like I think sometimes in the early stages, it's better to have a slightly awkward conversation. If you're both open to it, Luce and I have really awkward conversations now, and I'll do something that will fuck her off, and she'll call me on it in front of people, and it happens both ways. And you can see some people in the room going,
Do you remember when we were rowing in front of Lee?
right? But I would rather, and Luce and I are the same now, I would rather go, no, you can't fucking talk to me like that. That's bang out, or whatever it might be. And like I said, it works both ways. And then we go, oh yeah, actually that was a bit shit. I'm sorry. I'm a bit stressed. I'm tired. It's not fair, or whatever it might be. I'd rather have that than bubble for 5 days and have a fucking explosion. So communicate sounds mega cliche, and you hear people say it all the time. But actually fucking do it. And if she does something that fucks you off, just tell her. Don't have to be rude about it, but make sure she also knows that if you do something that fucks her off, then get her to tell you. That works, I think, also with kids. Every kid's different. Every kid needs raising differently, despite the fact that you could have twins, they'll need raising differently. And you're both going to have different parental influences in your own lives, so you're probably going to want to approach things differently. Luce and I do things differently with the kids all the time. And there's things that are okay that we do differently, and there's things where we need a unified approach. That goes back into that communication piece. And again, I've said it 1,000 times, it sounds mega cliche, but just talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, if you get to a point where perhaps you're constantly unloading your cup and emptying your cup onto your wife because you're having a stressful day at work and things are a bit shit, and her cup's filling up with your stress, whilst her cup's also full of her own stress because the kids are fucking drawing on the walls and smearing shit in the bathroom, eventually her cup's going to be so overflowing that she'll go, fuck this, I'm off. You know? That's where I would go for advice. Also, Adrian, thank you for the 5 gift memberships. You're a legend. We're on 80. We've got 20 to go before the end of the stream. We need a hope for Dan and advice for Edward for his marriage. Because if you don't give good advice now and he gets divorced, it's your fault.
Dan, I hope the next time your kitchen has to do a deep clean, that they're not still there at 2 a.m.
Oh, a pub deep clean. I was thinking about, I was like, when did we last?
Oh my God. When I did do the few shifts in the kitchens, I was mostly, because I was dating one of the chefs.
Anecdote I heard from a marriage counselor. If they talk to each other, even if it's arguing, progress can be made. No talk equals no point. Communicate.
100% Ivy. Absolutely. Thank you for the $5. Go on.
Yeah, we'd just closed the kitchen down, and then the phone went, and I can't remember who the governing body is for kitchen hygiene, but it was, we're doing a deep clean right now because a few pubs in the area have been checked. And that was the whole, like, it was already a really shit shift, very long day. Someone had called in sick, so we all had to stay over. Now we've got to do a deep clean. And we really were there until about 2-3 in the morning. I was dog tired.
Yeah.
So tired.
I've never had to do one of those. I've only ever heard bad things. He says, don't have to give me a hope. Just give my bar a follow and I'll be happy. Shameless plug, @maltdog_. Is that at maltdog_ on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube? Let me know. Because there's like 90 people here that can go and give it a follow if they're that way inclined, if they want to help us out. Anyway, now to make sure that Edward's marriage never fails, what's your words of wisdom? Always turn the lights out.
If you have kids and they're a bit of a handful, please stop physically leaving the home, because when you leave, it means she can't leave. So if you keep disappearing for things like, I don't know, walking the dog or going to the shop or you just keep leaving, please keep leaving. Give her a chance to leave so she can actually come up for air as well, because it does get interpreted from all the women I know who have this same complaint. It does get interpreted as a weird brand of abandonment, that shit's hitting the fan. For some reason, you need to physically leave the shit show, so now she can't leave. And the resentment is so raw. So please don't do that to her.
Here's the other thing. If you do feel like you need to go and take some time away, right, which is 100% reasonable. The other important thing, if you think about what Lucy's just said, where your missus might get left with the kids for a couple of hours and you've gone out and she's like, great, so I've been home with the kids all the time and you just fucked off for a couple of hours.
And it's
what you need to do at that point is make sure she has equal opportunity.
Yeah, it's not about... I'm not talking about the invisible load. I know that's a buzzword right now. That's not what I'm talking about, because I think guys have an invisible load as well that they don't talk about. I am literally just saying the whole stop physically leaving, because even if you can't help because they only want mum, what you can do is start dinner, or you can start running the bath, because eventually they'll calm down and we can get the night back on track. If you keep physically leaving, then mum has to start dinner with kids literally attached to her, and it's just a whole fucking shit show. So please stop leaving. Stop leaving.
Yeah. Well, it's not. But again, it's not necessarily about stop leaving. It's about being aware of when you're going to try and do that, and also making sure that your missus also gets a chance to get an hour out of the house, go and do something, go shopping, go sit in a coffee shop and just not be poked and prodded for a minute, go have some fresh air, whatever it might be, right? There's been several times when my husband gets home upset, tells me he's had a bad day and doesn't want to take it out on me, and I just need to be left alone for an hour. Works great. There's all communication here, Mandy, right?
Yeah.
I have taken Dan, who's gifted like 25 members and super chatted tonight. I've taken his bar. I've posted the Instagram page in chat. 2635 at the point in which I posted it in chat. If you are so inclined, it would be great if you can go give him a follow just to help him out. I've pinned it as well. Click that link, hit follow. That'd be amazing. Come back to the stream, gift 20 members. We can all go home happy. We're at 90 likes. We smashed the super chat target. We're 20 members away. We're just 20 members away.
No, there's not enough.
It doesn't work. The second I said it, I was like, "That's not gonna." Is she gonna do it? Can she do it?
Just 20.
Although yesterday, Joe tried to do it. I think it was on the Leo and Joe show. He was like, "How many members to go?" I said to him, "He's like, just 20-something members to go." And then he went, "No." I was like, "You don't know the words." He tried anyway. Bless him.
Never one to let the team down.
Yeah.
But I don't really have any.
Friendly neighbourhood inquisitors. I tuned in for the first time in forever, and I'm hearing marriage advice, which is funny because today's me and the missus' 12-year anniversary. Well, big congratulations on your 12-year anniversary. We had a chat from Edward asking for it, so.
I don't really have any. And the thing I've found as well, whenever there's a wedding about to happen, and I don't know why people do it. When they go, "Have you got any advice?" I feel like going, "Don't look over here. Don't look over here. I'm not sure what we're doing."
Well, I mean, that's important to know in itself, isn't it? There isn't a singular. There is never going to be in anything in life at all a singular. This is how you do it. There is no. This is how you parent correctly. There is no. This is how you coexist correctly. That doesn't exist.
What I do like to say about parenting, when I stumble across a mum that's trying to fight back tears because the terrible twos are happening, and the child is 4 and they're still going through terrible twos because we've all been sold a lie that the terrible twos is 1 year long. No, it's fucking not. There's lots and lots and lots of right ways to raise kids. There's a few very wrong ways and a whole bunch of questionable ways, but there's lots of right ways.
Yeah, and Lucy and I think we're doing it the right way. And there'll be parents down the road that will do it very differently to me, to us, who also be thinking they're doing it the right way. Guess what? We're not one of us is wrong.
But the marriage advice thing, you're so right in that how you treat and talk to your spouse kind of throws into question your upbringing. And that's really difficult when you hold that mirror up and you go, oh, fuck.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing that's very important, I think. And this is true. I think this is true of everyone. This isn't just marriage related. This is true. I think this should be applied to every human being all the time. And that is always, always, always be prepared to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm 38. I would suggest that in the last 5 years, I've learned more about myself than in the previous 33 years. Genuinely. I think that I had got to a point in my late 20s where I was like, I know who I am. I know who I want to be. I'm done. I'm good. And actually, for some reason, specifically over COVID, when the kids came home and we were home educating them and we were learning a lot about them, I learned as much about me as I learned about them at that point. And I went, that isn't me. And that's why I feel that way. And that's why I behave that way. That's interesting. And by opening myself up and being kind of more keen to learn about myself again, I feel like now I'm living a much happier life than I was even 5 years ago. And I wasn't miserable then, to be clear. You know.
I think because our paediatrician appointments for James and Ben were very much, at the time, the waiting list was massive. I can only assume it's triple the length now. But it was, well, you're going to home educate, so you're going to tailor the education, so an official diagnosis is kind of pointless right now. That was the route we took. So there's no official diagnosis, despite a paediatrician going, yes, I see it, ADHD, both of them there. The second we got that diagnosis, it became a family wraparound care journey. We're all on journeys now. So it's a journey, because I think for me, if I had just approached the kids and trying to be super kind to the kids and how can I get them through the day without changing how the house flows, without changing the food options, without changing how I talk to you, because they're going to watch how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Learning to say no, putting up the boundaries, learning to apologise when I fucked up.
I find that really fucking hard.
Learning to question, why do I do that thing? Why do I have OCD traits? Why, on all these things? The second I got the kind of diagnosis for the boys, that was me going, if we're going to get through this and create robust young adults that can mask for the world, because we all must wear a mask, but then when they get home they can be themselves. All of us need to really look at how we're going to do this, because how many times do you hear about marriages breaking down because the children's autism?
Yeah.
Not both of them are on the same page.
Like Lou says, learning to say sorry. I fucking shit at saying sorry, and I've had to get good at it, and I've got better in the last few years. We've also had another 20 gifted donation, right? But before you sigh,
I'm not sighing, I'm just trying to... Oh, it's Tony!
But Tony also has, after his 20 gifted donation, already giving you the hope that he wants back.
Is it something to do with his team?
Yes. Because I am taking him out. I'm taking him out to lunch on Sunday because he's in the UK. Landed yesterday.
Is he in London?
He's in London.
You sound like you're from London.
Yeah, you sound like you're from London. He's in London right now, in London town. So I'm going to go over on Sunday morning-ish and get in there for about lunchtime. I'm going to take him. I don't care what you say, Tony. Shut your cake hole. I'm taking Tony for lunch, right? And then we're going to watch the Vikings play against the Cleveland Browns.
Is that why Family Guy named the character Cleveland Brown?
I learnt that yesterday.
Is it?
We're gonna go watch that on Sunday, and so he's asked for a very specific hope. Have you found it?
No, not yet. I keep getting awe snaps.
It says, now Luce, just say. You have to find it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, good. Right. Beautiful. And then we can go and make them some porridge.
Yeah. I can't find it. No, I can't find it. I don't think I'm on the right chat.
There's only one chat, darling.
No, you know there's top chat and live chat and chat and... Okay, I found it.
Yeah.
Tony, I hope for you The Vikings fucking win. There you go.
Yeah. I don't have any idea as to which or if either of the teams are good or bad. I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, right, cool. You're an absolute fucking legend, Tony. Thank you for 20 gifted. Thank you, chat. We were sat on 39 for like forever, and then you guys have come in. Dan and Tony with 20 gifted each have come in at the end there and absolutely smashed us over the line. Thank you so much, Joe, for the 10 gifted. Thank you so much, Biblical Nipple, for the 10 gifted, and thank you to everybody else who's gifted memberships. You're amazing human beings. Are you still building a Space Wolf army? Been looking forward to seeing a list you make for them. Space Wolves are here. The problem is, in the group chat, in the team chat, there's a bunch of us. There's like 9 or 10 of us in total. And like 3 or 4 of them are like, Space Wolves! And I was like, oh. So at the moment, I'm Ultramarine hype right now. But I am gonna, I still have all my Space Wolf models. They're going nowhere, don't you worry. And I love Head Takers. I love Blood Claws. I love Ragnar. I love Logan. I think they're fucking stunning. But currently I want to paint Ultramarines, so that's where I'm at right now. But you know, we can do some we can always do some like list stuff in the future if you want. Although my list building has changed. Like I have 2 types of list building. I have competitive list building and then fun list building, and they're 2 very different things, right? So fun list building is about how can I make a thing that I think is cool or silly or thematic. And then competitive list building is how do I build something that I think can win. But I also want it to, I still have to have it be an army that I think is fun and interesting. Anyway, my voice is starting to go. I get a brief break tomorrow because I don't have to do any streaming and I'm not at a football match or anything like that. So I'm going to rest my voice tomorrow. We are, however, going to go and see Mr. the Brom, so I will give him all your love, I assume. And then Sunday I'm off to London, and then Monday we're back with a hobby show.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No,
Monday
we're not.
we're back with an AOS show.
Woo!
B team becomes A OS team.
Wait.
You know what I did then? You like that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like being B team. Please don't take that away from me.
But BOS is not the...
I could be the BO team. No.
I mean, it is Warhammer. What's the difference between Top Chat and Live Chat, and why do we need both? Also, why is Top Chat default? Oh, that's what YouTube people... Top Chat's fucking stupid. It should always be Live Chat. That being said, if you go and watch someone like Tim the Tapman when he's got 40,000 people watching, Top Chat's a little bit slower. It slows down a little bit, right? But yeah, so we are back on Monday at 7:30 with an AOS stream. It's coming back. And then depending on how successful it is, will depend on how frequent it becomes. So look forward to that on Monday at 7:30. And then next week is a normal week of content pretty much. I think. Oh, Friday might be different. This time next week might be different because it's Battlefield 6 day. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you wonderful human beings. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. If you have, please make sure you mash that like button before you go. Mark Price, thank you for the 1 gifted right at the end there to put it on 101. You are heroes. You're all amazing. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. If you're in the UK and you're in a storm, just be a bit careful if you're travelling. I'm sure you'll be fine, but just in case. But you're all amazing human beings. Thank you so much for all the gifted. Thank you so much for all the super chats. Hope Mandy gets her car working pretty soon. I think that covers everything. Anything you want to add, Luce, before we go?
Best chat.
Best chat.
Can you do some Highlander list bat reps?
Possibly. Depends what models we have. But yeah, maybe we can. Thank you for the $2, Dan, right at the end. Night, everyone. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, like I say. Thank you. Oh, there's a hat trick right at the end.
That's Dan,
we just
yeah.
wound the dog up just before we're going to go off air. Doggo cam. Right. Thank you so much, you wonderful human
She's
beings.
so
Have a great
beautiful.
weekend. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. If not, we'll see you in the next one.